Hey, good morning, everybody. Sarasota Tim. Coming to you from my campsite here at Bald Ridge Creek. I just took my gloves off. My fingers are still frozen. I took some stuff out of the back of the truck to make room for the crapper hauler. That's right. I'm going over to my daughter's and I'm going to pick up Eddie's black tank, portable black tank. And I'm going to drop, it's got 29 gallons it holds. I'm going to take probably 20 gallons out, put the rest in fresh water in there. It goes on my trailer hitch, and then I'll simply drag it to the dump up here and use a regular sewer hose and everything. It's a crappy job, but somebody's got to do it. And I'll be emptying my black tank because I'm leaving here in a few days, but I don't know if I'm getting too full or what's going on, so I'll have to empty it. It's right down there underneath this part, and there's a gray tank down there too. And then in the front kitchen area, up here in the front, oh, my hands are freezing. There's another one. Now I have long johns on, a t-shirt on, and a hoodie on, and my hands are freezing. My upper body's not too bad. Walking around here doing stuff. I took the broom and I went all around the camper. There was pine needles all over my steps. This is soaking wet. My little rug that I leave out front to wipe my feet. And I never did open up the big mat. There's just not really any need for it. And I wasn't really here much. So I went around with a broom and I got all the pine needles off the awning rollers and covers up there, off the steps, off the front. Today there's no chance of rain, and so today's the day. I might get my LP tanks filled up here locally in town. I know I'm going to empty the black tank. I got to go to the bank. I want to get some money out, and I am preparing to get on out of this Alaska frozen place. The wind is blowing, and that makes it very raw. A high of 53 today. It's got to be like 45 right now with the wind chill. And my hands are cold. I need some warm gloves. I need to go to Walmart and grab some. They probably have them here because of the location I'm at. Doubt they even sell gloves down there in Florida. Now, I know I'm leaving, and I probably won't need them, but, you know, for riding the motorcycle, it's good to have a little... I don't need like the heavy winter gloves until I'm ready to travel on the bike, maybe somewhere where it's going to be cold. So I was thinking about just putting the camper right on the back of the truck here, you know, on the ball, without my weight distribution hitch attachments that levels it. So it would be sagging down a little, but you got to remember, she's a stout girl. She's a Super Duty, and the tongue weight, especially with my LP tanks getting low, I do have two, well, I only have one battery. You know, it's about 1,000-pound tongue weight, but I probably could no problem. I wouldn't want to drive home like that because, you know, you want everything to be level. But I could probably just drop it on the ball and pull the slides in, you know, put everything away in there a little bit, which I'm going to have to do in just a few days, a couple of days actually. So, you know, to do it twice, I'm debating, do I need to go get that black tank thing or just push my limit on how full I am in the tank? I can always use the restroom right there and then just dump on the way out when I leave here, which is going to be in a couple of days, early in the morning. Do I do it now? I mean, you know, I don't know. I really don't know. So, but I did leave my backpack at my daughter's last night. By the way, Miss Lisa came over. She made spaghetti. Now, I love spaghetti. Who doesn't love spaghetti? She made spaghetti with meat sauce, and I found out something I never knew. Now, I'm a big-time Carrabba's person when I used to eat that stuff, and of course, I'm eating all kinds of crap right now, but that's gonna change starting now because they tried to send me home with some. But listen to this. Lisa won the cook-off over Baker Tacos, over Christina's Loco Moco. It's a new dish that she learned, and it's very good. And my tacos are awesome. And Eddie was in the lead, and so it was up to Lisa last night to see if she could beat the southern dish that Eddie made, and I had to give it to her. And here's the reasons why. One, the pasta I've never had before. You say, what do you mean? You never had spaghetti? Yes. Well, I've been, basically eating a lot of angel hair. That's what we've been ordering. And angel hair, while I like the thinner pasta, and I like thicker pasta too, but when I like real thick pasta, I like to get penne, penny pasta. Penne. But angel hair is kind of more of a preference. It's kind of cool. It's thin. And last night, Lisa served up, I guess it's just called thin pasta. It's in between angel hair and the regular thicker noodles. And it was absolutely the sweet spot. It was absolutely perfect. I'll never eat angel hair again if I can get thin pasta. And I'll never eat the thick pasta again, unless that's all I can get. I mean, if that's all Raffaella has when she makes me aglio, then I'll eat it. It's not like I won't eat it. But my preference is, and it was so good. And then this meat sauce that she made, Christina and there helped her. They diced up onions. There was garlic. She used this jar of sauce, but they added all these different ingredients to it. And she chopped up the hamburger meat with one of those meat choppers like we do with the tacos. The pan was full, to the brim, a huge pan of sauce. So here's what gave her the deciding win. She always puts too much sauce on, she says, so she runs out of pasta first and there's all this sauce left. When I sat down, they said, that's all the sauce you're gonna have? I thought it was plenty. It was kind of like proportionate. I don't want to just dump a whole bunch of sauce on there, but I had plenty of sauce with each bite. So I went and got another. Of course, I'm going to have seconds. And then Eddie comes in and sits down, and I'm talking about the pasta. I'm saying, oh, this is good. I'm going to have another bowl. My hands are freezing. I'm going to have another bowl to decide. And so, I go get another bowl. And then Eddie, he gets another bowl. And Christina and Lisa are still sitting there eating their first bowl, talking a lot. And, I guess they just don't eat as much as those two guys. And then I see Eddie get up. And Eddie goes into the kitchen. And I'm talking to the girls there for a minute. And Eddie's gone for longer than it needs to just put his bowl in the sink. And he comes back with a third helping. And I said, that's it. If the man that was up against the runner-up has to get 3, now I have to go get my third helping, of which him and I were both, I won't say miserable. We were full, though, after our third helping. And then we had to go to Walmart to pick up Christina's order online at the pickup. It was a very long delay, like 3 hours, and it was late. And I rode with him over there to get the order. And she finally got the text that it's in, and I didn't want him to go by himself. And it was cold and all that, and the roads were wet, black, dark. And we drove over there in his truck, and we were just talking, having a good time, a couple of guys. And we had to wait a long time, too, for the order to come out. I'm getting off track. Anyway, we come back, and Lisa says, now, did you guys say... Because I told her she won before we left. I said, that's it. Eddie made the deciding factor, and then I had to go get 3. It's that darn good. It's got to be the best meal. I mean, it even beat out Baker Tacos, so come on. I put myself out, too. And she says, now, when you guys went over to Walmart, did you just tell Eddie that yours was better, but I'm just going to say that she made it better to keep from hurting her feelings? I said, nope. And I didn't. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to prove it right now. He'll tell you. Jesus, Did I tell the truth? He says yes. So we didn't even discuss it. I didn't really even want to hurt Eddie's feelings, so I didn't discuss it because I said it already at the house. We talked about other things. But no, and Miss Lisa won. It was excellent. It was the best spaghetti I've ever ate in my life. I'm telling you, it was good. And they tried to send me home with some, but I'm like, you know what? All I've eaten is Mexican food, now pasta, and we had the tacos, and I took Lisa to lunch while my daughter was out of town because she invited me to go to see these donkeys, of which I videoed. And then I bought Mexican food for us. She paid for the admission to the donkey farm, and we had a good time getting more acquainted and talking and stuff. And so I said, look, you don't have to make the spaghetti. I mean, I'm already like big enough. I'm gaining all of my weight back, and I'm almost out of here, and you have to work and all that. Don't worry about it. And then yesterday, she texted me and she says, are you ready for the best spaghetti you ever ate in your life? And I said, sure am. And so that's the story. And it was another great family night after the big rain yesterday that brought in all this mess, you know, from shedding the trees as nature does it. Getting kind of used to the cold out here now. Once you get into hypothermia, it's not too bad. So got a great meal after being sequestered all day yesterday in there with the rain. Got a great spaghetti meal and other meals that we've had. And now tonight and tomorrow night, I believe, are my last nights. And then I'm going to skedaddle on out of here because it's cold. And they also have additional scheduled events coming up towards the weekend, of which would be not available to visit. And, you know, I'm going to get on back down to Florida and get working on the Gold Wing, get this camper cleaned up, and enjoy the weather that's supposed to be, that I'm going to drive into down there, like in the 70s and the 50s at night. We'll have a fireside chat. We'll get everything all gassed up, the LP tanks and everything, and make sure all the tire pressure, and I'm going to get an oil change on the truck. Well, the alarm went off to remind me to get on out of here and head over and do what I got to do and go pick up the backpack that I left at my daughter's. But there's your morning chat. That's the update. We're drawing clear. I don't know if I can get another night or two or a day of of my black tank filling up. I'm very tempted to just say pass on bringing that thing back here and shuttling it over back and forth and hooking the hose up, and you know, it doesn't sound like it's that full. I mean, this is TMI, but when I sit down, I don't get any splashes. And I could pee in a water jug to keep from adding more water and stuff to the tank. So I'll probably do that, and then I can just, you know, empty that when I'm ready to get out of here in the dump over there. So a lot of people in the RVs do that. In fact, that's a great thing to do when you're boondocking and you got a pee-pee. You know, you can go out to a tree or you can go into a jug, and you know, guys anyway. I guess girls could too if they got to go. And you don't have to keep filling up with the water your black tank. You know, save that for the big business. TMI, I'm sure it is. But we don't edit around here, folks. Well, look, this girl right here, I hope she gets me back down to the house there in Bradenton, nice and reliable. I'm sure she will. She's a beast. And I've had the best time of my life, folks. So this has been, I mean, look where I'm at. Come on. I own this place. Look, again. And it's so weird is, you know, I've been here a couple of weeks, and on the weekends, of course, all the locals are people that are just, you know, they only have the weekend to do some camping, and they want to take advantage of the fall and the cool weather. So many tents have showed up. I mean, big tents with the kids and their bikes just having a ball, like memories, making memories, and the kids are always going to remember that too, you know. So it's just amazing. Like, you blink, and I go off and, you know, doing my thing, and I come back and all these sites, you know, have people. And I also noticed that a couple of the sites where people were staying long term like me, the maximum of 14 days, their time ran out. And so I outlasted that guy over there. He's gone. And I actually shortened mine. I emailed him. I said, I'm now realizing that, my daughter has these plans and stuff. And it was like right on the line of, when I was going to leave. So I am going to be cutting myself short a couple of days. And I emailed them, and they were kind enough, because they have changed their policy, is like once you drive through the gate, all refunds they don't exist. Up until 48 hours before you arrive, you can alter and change your completely refund, change how many days you want to be here. You can do all that with no questions asked. But once you come through the gate and you leave, you turn around and leave, all the other days you had are forfeited. But that's a new rule. And I actually made my reservation after the rule, but they were so nice to me here. And I didn't care, because it's not that much. It's $15 a day, half price, with the Geezer card. So I said, well, I understand, business is business. And she says, well, let me, see if I can, what I can do. I'll call you in a couple hours. This nice lady at the office. I said, all right. I kind of felt that she was going to get it done. And sure enough, she calls me. It's done. It's already been back on my credit card. And that'll pay for the lion's share of what I'm going to spend at Love's on my way home. So it's all good, man. Everything has been fantastic, and I just can't wait to come back. And I might ride back up here, because this place is open year round. I might ride back up here during the winter when it's like a good week, where it's not like freezing. Like today, it's not bad, really, I'm just not used to it, but I'm getting used to it. Standing out here, once you get numb, you're all right. So I just got a text. I got to get going. I'll get you some more video today, I hope. We'll be traveling back to Florida soon. There'll be Goldwing videos coming on. I got some stuff to do, and we're just always going to be crushing it.